I'm Jodie Mintu here. The other day, a client asked me, what do you actually read as a therapist? And I said, well, that's an interesting point. It was actually a Skype call, so it wasn't something that they could see in my office and see my bookcase here. So one of the books that I absolutely love, and I thought this might be something regularly I could do, is talk about a book that I've recently read. Now, I'm probably going on to my third time of reading this book. It is my absolute favourite book. It was, when I read it, I purchased the book in the airport, and when I read it, it was like, is this guy actually, did he write this book for me? Because this is exactly how I think. And it was a light bulb going off, and I just couldn't get enough of it, because he really gets to the substance about life. And he really blows that myth out of the water of, you know, that whole myth that we've just got to be positive our whole life. Going through a situation, you know, years ago when I was hit and assaulted with a steel baseball bat by my husband's ex-wife, and I apologize if this brings up anything for you. It certainly isn't the reason for me telling this story, but it was just, I wanted to share it with you because I remember at the time that I felt completely evil. I questioned, was there something wrong with me? Because I remember that this particular time, people telling me that apparently I attract what I think. So you can imagine that when you're being told that you attract what you think, and you've just been hit with a baseball bat, you're thinking, wow, I don't remember attracting that. I actually don't remember thinking that that's what I wanted to happen. Absolutely not. So why did it happen to me? Is it because I'm bad in some way? No, absolutely not. And that's why I get a little concerned when we sort of use things like we attract what we think. Because when someone's going through a tragic situation, that is the damn last thing they want to be hearing. Because you know what the reality of the situation is? That life is life. And things will happen in our lives. Things that are out of our hands, that we have no control over. And it is just about how do we get up from that. And, you know, and it took me a long time to get back up from that situation. It wasn't just that one incident. It was, you know, a life of different things that had happened. That's another story in itself. But when I read this book, you know, he explodes that myth about, you know, that we had to live this positive life, or that, you know, if life gives you lemons, let's make lemonade. He believes that, hey, how about we stomach some of those lemons? How about we get to some of that grit? You know, that grit that makes us grow to the person that we are, the person that makes us today. And, you know, and that was like a light bulb moment. Like, this, where has this man been all my life? This book, I needed this book 10 years ago. And I agree with him in the fact that, you know, none of us ask for anything in our lives. None of us ask for any of the things that we battle with. But it is about how will we deal with it. And at times it is because we may need a therapist. And, you know, and I know that at that time when I was going through all of that, absolutely I did need a therapist. And I worked with my therapist to get to a good place. And the thing about that is that I didn't just, you know, hook up with any therapist. I had to find the right one. I had to find the one that fitted with me. The one that I could work with and feel comfortable and safe enough to be in that place and, you know, share my vulnerability to this person. So I just wanted to say that, you know, life is going to throw us lemons, as Mark Manson would say. And instead of making lemonade, maybe we do need to stomach some of those lemons. Maybe we need to learn some things that life will give us. If you want a great read, I so recommend this book. I just want to leave you with that and say, yeah, as a therapist, this is one of the books I read. I'll share another book next week that I've read. And I'm hoping you have had a good week. And I will speak with you next week. The weekend's only like a couple of hours away and we're there. So enjoy your weekend. Speak with you next week. Until then, bye.